remember I was with you in New York. I turn this down just here. And, you know, it was, I'd never been on the road like that. I mean, I've done weekends, things like that, but we were on the road 390 days a year. We didn't have any children, and we were younger than the other guys, but, you know, Tori traveled with me through all of that. But I read this, and you're going to hear some excellent preaching in the morning by some great men of God over here that's been working all week and going to deliver a word from God. But I just want to share something with you. Zacchaeus, I remember when I was in Bible school, and Zacchaeus was a tax collector. And tax collectors had turned against their own people. And they extracted taxes from their own families. And they were hated. One of my college professors said that if you would walk up by a tax collector and brushed up against him, you would go home, change your clothes and wash yourself and go back out again. And if you saw one coming, you would cross the street and walk on the other side. They were hated. They were hated. But Jesus came walking into Jericho with his disciples and his entourage that traveled with him. And there were people there that helped finance his ministry. And they traveled and he shared. And Jericho, when he came in there, Luke 19, he was already one of the most famous people alive in Israel. And when he came walking in and the crowd began to part, and I believe factories shut down, everybody wanted to see this guy. They'd heard rumors that he might be the Son of God. And so there was a throng, whatever that word that means, throng. That means a lot, I guess. I'm from Tennessee, we don't use that word. We just say there's a lot of people. But as he began to walk, and you don't talk to those men. You act like they're dead. They're not invited to bar mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs anymore. They're not invited to holy days to celebrate in the temple. They were outcasts. And if you were a holy, righteous man, you did not talk to them. And so as Jesus came in, and the crowd was kind of parting, and he walked, and he stopped, and he looked up. And you know the story. He spoke to Zacchaeus, spoke his name. And the crowd was shocked. Mm-hmm. You don't talk to him. He's unclean. He has turned against us. He's our enemy now. They began to murmur and talk, and Jesus just kept talking. Because he realized that Zacchaeus had forgotten who he was. That he was part of the covenant with Abraham. And Jesus said, I came to seek and to save that which was lost. And what other people saw as unclean or bad, Jesus looked beyond the faults and he saw the man. And he said, he's forgotten. He's just forgotten how valuable he is, who he is. And so the crowd began to split up. This is not the Son of God. The Son of God would not talk to that man. And he's not even a holy man. A holy man would not talk to him. And Zacchaeus came down with all a bunch of his buddies, and they got together, and Jesus began to pour himself into them. And their life would change. Because Jesus stopped and talked and didn't follow the rules.
Come on.
Didn't follow the doctrine.
Come on.
He didn't follow what people thought about him.
That's right.
He saw somebody that desperately needed him. And you say, why are you telling that story? Because I was in a sycamore tree.
Come on.
And I couldn't get down. I made some mistakes that hurt people. And so I just hid up in that tree, and I would watch other people go in and out and love Jesus and pray, and I loved him with all my heart. But that old lying God that I served did not like me because I had failed. One day, in my sycamore tree, and in my shame and in my guilt, Jesus walked by.
Come on. Hallelujah.
And I said, oh, Jesus. And I said the stupidest thing. I said, you don't know what I've done. I said, I was there. I said, God, I can't do it by myself. And he said, that's why I died. To give you power. To overcome the things that is killing you. To overcome the sin that is robbing you of your life.
Come on.
And I think, like me, so many of them, we sit in church with our secret. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. We sit there hoping nobody sees us or finds out. And we're terrified. And so we hold it. And we go to church. And we love Jesus. But it's holding us back.
Come on.
God will bring something good into our lives. Well, we have the secret and we're not worthy. Maybe one day I will be. And so we sit in the pew, holding our secret, begging God for help, begging him for help. It took a lot of courage for me to step forward to, who do you talk to?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you talk to? Who do you guys talk to?
Come on.
You're leading people, they're following you. And in your heart, you're needing help. Who do you talk to?
Come on. I
chose a man that his life had been blown apart. And God had put back together. Because he understood the pain of failure. He understood what it was like to feel like you're an outcast.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not loved. But Jesus started to work in me. And about 6 years ago, I thought that I knew. He told me, he said, I want you to tell your whole story. I grew up in addiction. My dad was a Pentecostal preacher and an alcoholic. Sometimes we were in church, sometimes we weren't in church. The church would throw him out and throw me out, and everybody, family would throw us out. We didn't do anything wrong, but we were his kids, so we weren't allowed to go anymore either. But he was there. When I was 7 and we first got thrown out, I was 13. And I look back and I see his hand everywhere. I've had 3 brothers. My dad died from addiction and alcohol poisoning. 3 of my brothers have already died from alcohol, drug-related things. My oldest brother, he died 2 months ago. Just to drink himself to death. The brother above me, and he and I are the only ones left, but he spent a year in prison for making meth. And he still is. I saw him 4 years ago. He didn't want to be around me. And his teeth are falling out. And his skin is gray. His hair is falling out. He doesn't know that Jesus wants him free. He feels God hates him. That old line Pentecostal God. But I felt like 6 years ago when the Lord spoke to me and said, tell your story. Tell your story of addiction and how you hid. I grew up with these things from my parents, and me and my brothers got it every day, and I'm sure it was the same way they were raised, but every day, you're not worth a bullet to shoot you with, you're not worth the salt that goes on your bread, and you'll never amount to anything. Constantly. Constantly. And it's said so often, after a while you start believing it. And you don't feel worthy. And those voices, they have been branded into your brain. I remember with the Imperials, we win a Grammy, and you're in front of the industry, and they're all celebrating you, and you get back to the hotel, and just like that, I don't deserve this. I'm not good enough for this. And so one day I quieted those voices with alcohol. And it worked. I didn't hear those voices anymore. The next day, I promise, I thank God that I found something that could stop those voices. And that I could be free from it. Not knowing that it was a trap that was shut on me, that would almost destroy me. And people came and they said, we want to do a documentary on your life. I wasn't looking for it. There's a company called Sweetwater up in Fort Wayne, and they said, we want to do a new record on you and we'll pay for it. And we were given money to write a book. And so here I am, at 65, and all of a sudden the world is blowing up again. And I'm getting invited to go places. But I'm glad because I get to tell my story of Jesus and who he is and what he is. And I had the hope and prayer that if I told my secret and I risked it, because it was a risk, that maybe you would feel free to find one person and risk it. Because Jesus wants us free. And I don't know who, set up the rules and stuff, how to be a Christian. Maybe it was the Puritans when we came over here, and it was such a high bar. And it just taught you to hide. But I wish they had a kindergarten for Christians. New Christians. First grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. And then you graduate. I wish that. I really do. I remember I was in a concert with B.J. Thomas years ago, and he had just became a Christian. And I was doing a concert at Oral Roberts Navy Center there, and he was with me that night. And they had him just come do a concert. Well, he came and started to show off with raindrops falling on my head. And those Christians booed him off the stage. He wasn't following the law. He wasn't following the rules. And I went back in BJ's dressing room, and he was bawling and crying. Why won't they let me in? Why won't they let me in? And it broke my heart. But I've told my story now. If there's someone in your life that's dealing with trauma, especially childhood trauma, if you're dealing with your marriage and how my marriage survived all of this, if someone in your life is dealing with addiction, Jesus brought me out.
Amen.
Brought me out. And I've been clean a lot of years now. But I want the world to know he still changes lives.
That's right.
And don't let yourself be held quietly, silently in the pew, begging God to help you. and not ask somebody in to talk about it. Would you like to talk just a second, Pastor?
I'm sorry, Russ.
I said, did you want to say anything at this point? Want me to keep going? Okay. I know there's folks here tonight. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But you're not a bad person trying to get good. You're a sick person trying to get well.
Come
And
on.
that's what Jesus does. He heals his people. He heals his people. I know a lot of times we do every head bowed and every eye closed. But this is between you and Jesus. And to ask him to bring somebody to you that you can talk to, and then have the guts and the courage. Because I can't tell you, once that is dealt with, and you go into a church building, I mean, you're flying. You're just flying. And you're worshiping and singing. But I told my secret. And I hope it gives you courage to tell your secret. That we can be a body of Christ that's well and healed and whole.
Amen.
And so the movie showed October 29th in 726 theaters around the country in one night. And but we have just been bombarded with people saying, I want help, I want help, I want help. And we're having to bring people in to help because the need is so great. It's just so great. I'm not a pastor. In fact, I told God, watching my dad pastor in that little bitty church, I would go to Africa and be a missionary if he wouldn't call me to be a pastor. That's the hardest work in the kingdom. It is. It's the hardest work in the kingdom.
Amen.
But I want to do another song, and Pastor, if you feel like doing something, just feel free to jump on up here at any time. But